Okay, we're live. Weirdly, even though it's not showing me, we are live. Okay, so let's talk Electrode. Also, guys, I have a pop filter today. Let me know if you can tell. Is the audio better? Is it worse? I don't know. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I do have a pop filter today. So, Electrode. I honestly, it's weird with this Pokemon. I don't quite know where to begin. I guess let's start with the good news. So, with Timid on this, you do outspeed Dragapult. Unfortunately, Modest does not get you the outspeed on Zamazenta. It gets you most Zamazenta, but not all Zamazenta. But Timid gets you Dragapult, which is pretty darn nice. Dragapult only being at 142. So this Electrode, really fast. 80 special attack. You know, obviously you're not winning any power competitions with that, but it's something. We could go static or aftermath on this. I'm kind of torn. I feel like I feel like aftermath is probably going to be better. But we'll try static first, because I think if static doesn't activate, then we can switch to aftermath, whereas aftermath we'll be more aware of. Okay, seems like people are liking the audio. So that's good. That's good. So this thing, it's pretty clear what this runs. It runs Leaf Storm, Thunderbolt. Now, we could go Discharge, potentially, on this. And then the last move on here is Terra Blast. So you guys guessed that correctly. So there are a few directions you could go. You could go Terra Blast Fairy, you could go Terra Blast Ice. The benefit to Terra Blast Ice is that you can kill Gliscor, obviously, which is really nice. The benefit to Fairy is that you can kill Dragapult, which is... Well, actually, you can kill Dragapult with Terra Ice as well. So maybe Ice is just the play. But you resist Sucker Punch, which is kind of nice as well. Let me get some calcs here. Choice specs. Come on, bro. It's not what we want. Choice specs. There we go. Terra Blast. I believe you kill Dragapult. You better kill Dragapult, dude. Okay, you super kill Dragapult. That's good. If we didn't kill Pult with Terra Blast, this stream would be off to a really bad start. Let me tell you. Why not Thundurant on a rain team? Because rain teams aren't good. And Electrode also isn't good. So we'd be really shooting ourselves in the foot there to put an Electrode on rain. Does it get any usable support moves? So yeah, Sub Leech is another thing I considered. So I'll tell you guys, Sub Seed, there are basically 3 sets that I'm considering building around. The first one is Specs, just because it's fast and strong. That's pretty much it. There's really no other logic to it than that. And then the other set, Electrode, is a Sub Seed variant. So this one would be... I don't know, we'd probably go Aftermath as well, maybe Static, but whatever. It would be a Sub, Leech Seed, Discharge, Giga Drain. So this is a pretty interesting set as well, and I feel like it could be super irritating. Yeah, honestly, I feel like this just seems like so annoying to face, and that appeals to me. I feel like that's appealing. And on this, I don't know, we might honestly go like a defensive kind of set, because even with no speed, this thing is so fast. Like, this thing's speed tier is actually crazy. So on this, I could see us going like, 248, hitting like just outspeeding like Ogre, hitting that like 351, and then going like a really defensive set. On the Sub Seed, I could see that being pretty nice. I've been away from Showdown for 3 months and rain is still bad. Yeah, it's like the Woger is still here. So what did you think was going to happen? Yeah, no, it's bad. So Sub-Seed, maybe we'd go offensive. Maybe we'd go defensive. This might just be like offensive EV spread too, just to do more damage. But yeah, so this is the Sub-Seed variant, which I'm not like... It'd probably be something like Terra Steel. But I'm not thrilled about this idea, to be honest. I'm not thrilled about this idea. So, why not Modest Nature given its 150 base speed? Really just Dragapult and Zamazenta. So the thing about Modest on this, I do want to run Modest. I really do. So we might go Modest and just go for the outspeeding Darkrai speed tier. But if we want to outspeed Pult and Zama, so it really depends on how good we are against Pult and Zama. One thing I do want to check is Special Gliscor. If we can kill that with like a Terra Grass Leaf Storm from Modest specs, that's a really important calc. I don't think we can though, to be honest. So let's do it. Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to kill with that, I don't think. Even Modest, Grass. I mean, we do get kind of, with rocks, we are killing. So that is actually a pretty good point in favor of Modest. And the other thing is a lot of these Gliscor do run enough speed for Raging Bolt. So I feel like with rocks, that's going to be guaranteed against a lot of Gliscor. And even if it's like absolute max, that's a pretty good shot to kill after Stealth Rock. Yeah. Choice banned Electrode. That'd be a play. We're not doing that. Yeah, but we got to analyze the benefits of Terra Grass and Terra Ice. Chloroblast, we're not doing that because obviously, I mean, that's bad. 150 base power is cool and all, but like I guess we theoretically could. We could run Chloroblast. So we'll say specs. Moves. Could be, we obviously run Volt Switch. And then we probably run, I don't think we can afford Discharge on this. I think we got to go Thunderbolt. We definitely run Leaf Storm. And then I think the last is going to be Terra Blast, likely, but we also could do Chloroblast because that would give us a guaranteed KO on Gliscor, which would be kind of nice. Will I use Assault Vest Latias? I can almost guarantee that I won't. That does not sound good. Latias is best at setup cheese. Foul play is kind of hilarious on this. Okay, anyway, though. Oh, it does get Bullet Seed, so there is a physical Grass Stab we could kind of use. It gets Glide, too, which is sort of funny. But yeah, so then there's the Heavy Duty Boots set is the last one. And this is the set that we probably go Aftermath on this as well. But I guess we're starting with static on all of these. So it'd be like Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, Terra Blast. It'd just be the same thing as specs, except it's boots now. That's pretty much it. This one would definitely have ice, though, so we can hit grounds. And its whole thing would just be, it's fast. That's really the only benefit. If this thing had knockoff, this would be like a real set. But as it does not have knockoff, I doubt its viability very much. I think we need the actual power. Yeah. Specs isn't worth without Chloroblast. I disagree. Leaf Storm is almost as strong as Chloroblast and doesn't, kill you. I mean, I wonder if we get any hilarious calcs. Let's check a Tinglu. Okay, Chloroblast will kill a Tinglu lead, which is pretty silly. I do like that. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I'm just feeling the electric types right now. After the Alecki stream went so well and the Iron Hands went well, the electric types have been good to me lately, so I figure we'll try to make an Electrode work. Yeah, I feel like I really want to go Modest specs. I think specs is the way to go. Subseed to me just feels like, what's it actually subbing up on? It just feels so gimmicky, so cheesy. Yeah, actually, does it get screens? Oh, definitely Aftermath on this. Oh, it doesn't get Light Screen or Reflect. If it got Light Screen, this thing could actually be like, I could see like Volt Switch Leaf Storm dual screens being kind of actually like effective, but no, as it does not get that, that is not a viable set. It was a cool idea though. Appreciate the recommendation. Yeah, I'm looking at this moves and seeing if there's any like tricky thing. Like you could run Stun Spore on a boot set, which wouldn't be terrible, but doesn't seem great. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. The electric types have been good to me. Let's change that. Soundproof would be nice to switch into Primarina. It really wouldn't. Like, we're not going to get hit that hard by Psychic Noise anyway. Soundproof, Aftermath is, I guarantee Aftermath is better than Soundproof. Chloroblast, yeah, Chloroblast will one-shot, with Terra Grass, mind you, but that's Chloroblast against Tinglu. Like, you're likely to kill with Modest Specs Terra Grass, which is pretty funny. Choice Scarf, so you don't get destroyed by Kyurem as it sets up 2 DDs. One thing I do want to know, okay, I think we're one-shotting Darkrai with Leaf Storm. That's a pretty good calc. I do like that. I do like that. Well, the benefit of Stun Spore is that it hits ground types, unlike Thunder Wave. So, yeah, Grass Spam with CB Rill and Specs Electrode. That is actually the main thing I was thinking. Team members, Rillaboom being the main one. Kind of like that Ogerpon team we did, but it doesn't need Terra to be really fast. But it's also kind of worse, is sort of the idea. But yeah, Rillaboom, absolutely a contender. Obviously boosts the power of grass moves, which is really nice. Mega Raichu seems pretty cool. I hope one of them gets Electric Surge. Yeah, Electro Ball is a garbage move unless you're Lecky. Like, even on Lecky, it's like a maybe thing. You need, but that has 200 speed. So, Electro Ball caps at 150. Why are we using this Pokemon? It's a fair question. How much are we taking from Kingambit's Sucker Punch? Let's just get a read on... Actually, that's not as bad as I thought. I'm not going to lie. Oh, and that's minus defense. That's like... I'm actually surprised we're only taking... I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm surprised we're only... Yeah, you can. I'm surprised we're only taking like 80 from an unboosted Sucker. It's honestly not the worst. And if we went Fairy and Terra, we're like easily living that even boosted, which is nice. Well, not easily living it. Probably like Terra Dark +2 is still smacking us. And yeah, T-Bolt is doing solid damage. So yeah, I think we do go with the spec set. Question is timid or modest? Because on one hand, that consistency of just outspeeding Pult and Zama sounds amazing. It sounds amazing, but modest, like the power of that seems like really tough to turn down, and we do outspeed the Darkrai. I think I want to try to build around modest because I'm greedy like that. I think that's the move. That suckers with 0 fallen. Mr. S, thank you for the £5. Good luck on the stream today. Also, please nickname Electrode Reggie Lecky Jr. You know what, Mr. S, you've donated so many times. I will name the Electrode that. I will do it. Lecky Jr. All right, so we'll go with choice specs. No, let's be real. Let's go with Aftermath. We're not getting any statics on this. Let's go with Aftermath. Now that I'm thinking about it in my head, like, ain't no way static works for us here. I'd rather Aftermath. Yeah, I mean, Dragapult is, like, Zamazenta is 138 speed, Dragapult's 142. At that speed especially, those natures mean a lot. But here's the good news, right? Let's talk pros and cons of Electrode. Pros. Excellent speed control. Also, there's one other set I think is worth considering, which is Life Orb, especially with the Modest. Does it have any coverage? Not really, but its offensive typing is actually very solid. Like, Grass Electric is very, very good against OU. Like, if we look at the tier here, super effective, neutral, neutral, super effective, neutral, neutral, super effective, double resisted, notable exception, you know, neutral, super effective, super effective. So yeah, like, you're hitting everything in the tier either neutral or super effective, with like the exception of Raging Bolt and Dragapult, pretty much. So that's pretty darn solid. Dragology taught us all a lesson not to try static. True. Pros, it is very round. Yeah, there's something to be said for that. Excellent speed control. Immediate power. Honestly, with Leaf Storm and Specs, it actually is strong. I know it only has 80 special attack, but a fun fact for you guys, so because of EV investment, almost everything in Pokemon is a multiplier. Like, base power can be considered a multiplier too, because it's, you know, it's basically like if you double base power, the move's going to get exactly twice as strong. The one thing that isn't a multiplier in Pokemon, just the one thing in the whole damage dealing process that isn't multiply but rather adds, are these EVs, which are invested at a flat rate. So when you have a Pokemon with a high base power move like Leaf Storm and a relatively low special attack, that's actually a pretty good deal. So if you have something like Victini with its V-Create, right, being 180 base power and on 100 base attack, if Victini had 180 base attack and used a 100 base power move, when you factor in that EV investment, it would be so much weaker than what V-Create is now. Now, Victini would still be better overall because 180 base attack would buff all its other moves, but for this, just the sake of V-Create, high base power moves are better. So despite this thing's disappointing special attack, the power behind this Leaf Storm is actually going to be pretty darn substantial. But yeah, so that's the good news, is immediate power, excellent speed control. That's kind of it though. Which is not nothing. The fact that this in one slot provides immediate power and speed control, it is definitely worth something, but I don't really think an Electrode is ever going to break a stall team. I don't think it has the power for that. Like, if we look at a Blissey, yeah, like, look how many, even modest specs Volt Switch, you are doing nothing. You're doing nothing. So it's not going to be helpful in the stall matchup. Not helpful versus stall, which is not great when you're starting off an offense, of course. So we do need a separate breaker. We do need a separate breaker. So it says pros, this appearance will baffle and confuse your opponents so much that they will make multiple throws. True. Yep. Tinkaton Gigaton Hammer is a great example of that effect as well. Not helpful versus stall. Super frail dies to priority is a big one. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. 259. Well, it's going to be modest, right? So we'll be fine. Someone says, did I see adaptability Dragology hit 2k elo? No, I didn't, and I don't think that's true. Okay. Do we go... So here are the real options, though. Yeah, it's not useless against stall, but it's mostly not helpful. Unbound Hoopa. Here's the problem. Hoopa Unbound has no defensive utility. Lecky Jr. has no defensive utility. When you start off a team with 2 Pokemon with no defensive utility in Gen 9 OU, you don't end up with a good team. This I have learned many a time. Spidef Score does eat Leaf Storm, yes. Kind of. So here's the good news, right? In grassy terrain, after rocks, it's dying. That's pretty good. It actually did, and it's on Ames. Okay, but are we talking Ames started at like 1980 and won like 2 games and lost 1 on a live, and it's like, oh, Dragalge hit 2K? Or did it actually, like a team, consistently, Specs Dragalge team perform well? I'm going to check this right now. We're going to verify this. I'm looking it up on my phone. Okay. All right. There's a Dragalge team. I'm seeing about a dominant OU. I'm not... Okay. Draco Meteors hit incredibly hard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Managed to get wins in the 2000s. See, okay, that is a huge difference, guys. I'm watching this, yeah, managed to get wins in the 2000s is not particularly impressive. And, yeah. Like Specs Terra Dragon Draco sounds funny and all, and I'm sure it can get some wins, but there's a difference between getting wins in the 2000s and getting to 2000s. Huge difference. Like, I could get wins in the 2000s with, like, practically any Pokemon. I'm sure it was a fine team, but I don't think it was a great team or a consistent team. So, no. My opinions on Dragalge remain the same. I don't think, but I haven't tried Specs. Maybe Specs is good. What I was irritated by was everyone saying I should put adaptability on a defensive Dragalge. That was absolute nonsense. Someone says it only hit 1858. Yeah, you guys are no, you guys are clowns. Nope. Anyway, there are 2 sets we could go here. I think if we go Rillaboom, I want to run Chloroblast. And I want to go because I feel like that's just going to be so powerful. Like I want to let's just do a quick calc here. Chloroblast. Okay, we don't kill. I was hoping we'd kill a Raging Bolt with Chloroblast. I guess that was a little too much to ask. What's another, like Raging Bolt's so fat. We can probably kill like a Cinderace with Chloroblast. Okay, that's actually, oh, but that's a defensive Cinderace. That's not a set. Yeah, we kill offensive Cinderace with that. Is there anything else we could, do we kill like a freaking, like a Pecharunt? We don't kill a Pecharunt. That would have been funny. These calcs are honestly like kind of worrying me, but I guess like it's a Pecharunt. What would I hope this kills? Does it kill like an offensive Goldango? I don't think it will if it didn't kill. It has a chance to. No, it just can Gambit taking. Probably like... Like that's a lot, but it's not great. Yeah, these Chloroblast calcs are like not really impressing me, to be honest. I absolutely could get a win in 2000s with Minun. It seriously wouldn't be that hard. Like, you just have a generally good team around it, like a Terra Blast Ice Minun on like an Elect Spam team. I'd probably lose like 60% of games in 2000s, but like you could get some wins on it. Yeah, a Terra Grass Chloroblast, I would freaking hope it kills a Spidef Gliscor from full. Pokemon's not even that specially bulky. Maybe we do run just Terra Blast like Fairy instead. Yeah, because that's not even actually doing that much. Whereas if we went Terra Blast and we're Fairy, We're not quite killing Kyurem, which is pretty sad, to be honest. But we're doing a lot. Chloroblast one-hit KO's great Tusk. Shocked face, yeah. Yeah. I feel like we probably do go Terrablast. The Chloroblast calcs. If Chloroblast was like killing offensive Goldengo, I'd be like, all right, I'll think about it. But no. I don't think we do that. But yeah, I do like the Leaf Storm threatening, and I think we probably go Terrablast. Do we go Fairy or Ice is really the question. That's really the question. No, I have never played VGC. Yeah, I think this is probably the move. The Terra Fairy seems good. We might switch to Ice, see how we feel. And then probably we do go Choice Banded Rilla. So this is option one. It's option one, and I think option two is the Terra Grass Chloroblast. I know it wasn't like incredible, but it was still really not bad. Chloro does it deal? It deals 50% recoil. It does. It's just 150 base power move. I think they should have made it 100 accuracy, like this 95 stuff. You watch, we are not going to hit a single Chloroblast today. We're going to miss every single one. Poke MMO. Actually, yeah, I had a client that wanted tutoring in Poke MMO, so I learned that metagame. Pretty fun. Okay, I do have a Switch, not a Switch 2, though. I want to actually own games that I get. All right. Yeah, I do see the appeal to Ice. Maybe it depends on the team. We might go Timid. We'll kind of see how the team works out. It's such a tough choice because I really want to run Modest, but doesn't seem really like it's going to fit. Grass. If we went Timid in grassy terrain, Chloroblast, Dragapult's back. Ooh, Dragapult. Yeah, like we're not really, which is, that's sad damage. In grassy terrain, like Terragrass. Oh. Ooh. Okay, let's just get going, and then we can see if we want this thing to be faster later, and kind of just feel it out. Let's start with the non-Terrablast Chloroblast set, and if it's not doing anything, we'll change it. Yeah, Life Orb may be better. I could see Life Orb potentially being good, especially with like maybe Giga Drain. I could see that being good. Switch up moves. Okay, but a Spidef Corviknight's not dying to like any super effective attacks. That's not that bad. As long as we kill defensive Corviknight. Oh my. Well, that's why we run Modest, right? Yeah, timid sounds better, and then you look at the calcs of timid and you're like, oof. You know, like Darkrai, I don't think dies to timid. Yeah, so not grassy terrain, not that. Yeah, Darkrai doesn't die to timid. Like, that's pretty bad. I think we go modest. The problem is this is tracking to be like a balanced team, which is not good in the current climate. Yeah. Okay, let's think about this. How about Harkonine as a secondary breaker? I don't hate that idea. Yeah, I'll put Harkonine on the list. We also might not want to go Rillaboom. I think the grassy terrain will help it, but might not. We'll see. I think if we go Chloroblast, we definitely run Rilla, though. Yeah, this stage of the process is weird, because it's like, okay, what pacing does this team need? I feel like team pacing must be kind of like medium slow, because Rillaboom needs time. I think this thing needs time too. So I'm gonna say probably like balance. It's got to be balance. That's the thing. Because like you can't put this Electrode on a bulky offense. You can't do it because it's not going to do anything. It needs time to like Volt Switch on stuff and Thunderbolt stuff. It needs time to come in and see if it can get the read on the ground types. Like balance is not unviable, but it's really tough because you just run into a Kyurem and then you just get rolled. Like I can already see us losing a Kyurem, but like there is no defensive answer to Kyurem. You just can't do it. There is literally nothing. Yeah, we also need really good hazard control. Need very solid removal. Spoiler, the team still loses to Ogerpon Wellspring. More likely than you'd think. Specs Kyurem isn't... The problem is Specs Kyurem is useless against Stall. Rillaboom is good against Stall, so maybe we don't need to focus on that so heavily, but I don't think we can afford another choice Pokemon. I think we're kind of... We've reached our quota on that. Would Hazard Stack work? No. You can't start with 2 Hazard Weak Pokemon and then be like, somehow we're going to add a Spin Blocker and a Spiker and a Rocker and knock off more. Like, no. Hazard Stack, you got to build from the beginning. Everything likes Hazards, but you shouldn't put everything on Hazard Stack. Seviper for wall breaking. That's the move. Assault Vest Samurott can maybe help. Maybe, but I don't really see why here. Other than the fire weakness. I feel like we need... I think just really, really good removal is going to be key here. Will I ever do anything related to Natdex Ubers? Likely not. I try to play relevant tiers. And Natdex Ubers is very much not that. Terra Bug Cobalion for Kyurem. That is the move. Yep, that's what we need. That's what I've been missing my whole life. I could see a Hatterene being good. Have I tried Choice Scarf Electrode? No, and I will not. I feel like potentially a Iron Crown could be good here. It likes the grassy terrain. It helps with Kyurem. It doesn't help with the fire problem, but it does give us a fairy resist, which is nice. Keeps the pivoting going, which I like. It kind of likes the pressure that Electrode puts on the special walls. So I could see the Iron Crown working. I think I like the idea of potentially a Ting Lu. I could see Ting Lu being good here because it does enjoy the grassy terrain healing. Defensive Mew, I don't think is the move. I don't think that's the move at all. I kind of like the idea of a Garganackle because it could deal with Pult, theoretically. I don't really think Olo fits that well here. Actually, I guess it kind of does. It does give a slow pivot to Electrode, which is nice, and we do have double grasses for Ogerpon, which is nice. So yeah, Olo fits probably pretty well here. But that's the problem with Olo, Garg, and Kyurem. Like you're asking to get farmed. So hopefully this doesn't turn out to be another Toxtricity. Dang. Zaldin Chromis, you must have been around for a while on this channel if you remember the Toxtricity disaster, but oh yeah, I remember it. Wake up in a cold sweat thinking about that Toxtricity team. Quaquaval? I don't think Quaquaval is the answer here. Pecharunt is always solid on these types of teams. I do like the parting shot to get an Electrode. It could actually allow Electrode to come in on, you know, Pokemon that have attacks. I don't love the idea of AV Ting Lu. AV Ting Lu wants to click powerful Earthquakes. It can't do that in grassy terrain. Yeah, Olo could also Wish Pass up Chloroblast, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I definitely get the Olo argument here. I just don't know if that's going to fit that well. I think we have a good list down. I just got to find a way to put these together in a smart way. We need a rocker too, a rocker that can actually keep up rocks, which is, you know, never easy. Goldengo is something else I should mention. Obviously, it's a Fairy Resist. It's just a Goldengo. Goldengo is so good, man. It's so good. And it keeps rocks up for Rilla if we don't end up adding a Pokemon that's that good at keeping rocks up on its own. Because Rillaboom absolutely needs rocks to break those bulky teams. Guys, I don't understand why you like the AV Ting Lu idea that much. Or maybe it's one guy saying it over and over, but I know. I mean, it's a Ting Lu that can't Whirlwind or set hazards. There are very few teams that want an AV Lu. And says the problem is you have an Electrode on your team. No, but the Electrode frees me up because I don't have to run anything fast for the rest of the team, which is pretty nice. Yeah, let's just put Olo and Ting Lu and then just lose to Kyurem. That is the move. Yeah, Garg is a good rocker, but I don't know if it's supportable. So let's just think, what is best for this core? Of this list, of potentially good team members, what helps with our team requirements and moves us further along where we want to be. With Olo, you have 3 mons that lose to Kyurem. I know that. There's the rest of the team that can help with that. What's the best? We also have no dark resists anywhere on this list other than Lu, and we have King Gambit is going to probably be an issue, so we'll probably need a Tusk. Let me just try plugging in some stuff. What if we did Olo, Tusk, Ting Lu, Iron Crown? Where would that leave us? That would leave us pretty darn weak to Wisp Pult, but maybe not necessarily unacceptably so. I think if we went with this, we would want to go with a timid Lecky Jr. though. We're looking like we're kind of losing a Dragonite. What do you mean 6-0'd by Kyurem? We like, how? What Kyurem set is 6-0'ing this? Bro, it has an Iron Crown. It's an option. This is an option. We cannot fit foul play. That would not be good. Yeah, it'll be AV for sure. If it's DD Terrablast Fire, it's not gonna, like, it'll Terrablast Fire, but then Olo can come in on it. And Tusk can Terra and Headlong Rush it. Elijah, you gotta stop spamming chat. I saw your recommendation for Cinderace. Yeah, I mean, sure, we can add it to the list. That is true, though. 5 freeze-dry weak Pokemon is not great. Ival's Ival's not that bad. Oh, that's like V1. This is tough. This is not a meme stream. I'm taking Electrode seriously. Yeah, true. We could go Tickle. That would help with the D-Knight problem. Or I'll make that on the other team. There's another version here where we go Garg. This looks really similar to the Dragalge team we made, doesn't it? That worries me. Yeah, kind of similar. Has 1, 2, 3. Just 3 the same, actually. That's not that bad. I think this is better because this gives us a good status answer, which allows us to, although no, it loses to Zama, kind of. Scarf Rai over Tinglu. I don't really think that fixes anything. And also, if we're not using our Electrode as the speed control, there's no point in using Electrode. Isn't Garg a Terra Hog? Kinda. Not necessarily an issue, though. I don't feel like we need anything to Terra all that badly here. I do think I like the Garg version better, because that gives us a really solid status absorber. Yeah. I think on this, we stick with the Modest Terragrass. Kyurem dodged ban because the voters have no idea what they're doing and they're absolute clowns, pretty much. Let's make, all right, let's label these. That'll be, so that was V1, right? This will be V2. Let's copy it for the another one. Let's try to take the team in like slightly more offensive direction, or just a different direction. Doesn't necessarily have to be more offensive. Hitmonlee, probably not. I mean, it's just cheese. Like, Hitmonlee is not seriously viable. It's the kind of thing you run reversal nonsense on, and when you face a no priority team, you're like, hoo hoo hoo, look, I beat you. It's like, it's kind of just, it's a meme. Like, Hitmonlee's, I mean, like, yeah, you can run SD, unburden, reversal stuff, and it's kind of funny, but it's just, it's not good. It's not really worth using. Yeah, I mean, like, if it had, like, Drain Punch, I could maybe see using Bulk Up Drain Punch with, like, you know, Misty Seed or something, because it has pretty good special defense for some reason. And poor HP kind of could combine well, but it doesn't have Drain Punch, so it's just cheese, is all it is. You run, like, well, actually, okay, I will say, my favorite personal Hitmonlee set, you run an Unburden Berry, and then it's like SD knockoff, CC upper hand. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, but you shouldn't do it. It's not good. Staraptor, probably not. I don't think, like, it can't. Staraptor's not good. If we were to take this into a different direction. We could go like a Hatterene offense kind of thing. Calm Mind Clefable is interesting. It does kind of do well in grassy terrain. I don't particularly know why you'd recommend it other than that. I guess it's sort of good against Kyurem. What was I going to say? Someone recommended Sylveon. Sylveon is good against Kyurem. Ogerpon Grass and OU is definitely viable, but we can't fit it here. Harkonine. Is there really a place... Is there really a world we go Harkonine here? I feel like there isn't. Bruxish, no. Yeah. Fezandipity is an interesting idea. I've been wanting to build with Fezand for a while. That's something I'll probably do another time. Fezand could be... It doesn't actually like do all that much for us is the problem. But I guess it beats Kyurem. I feel like I want to make a Pecharunt version. What if... Okay, let's say we did like Hatterene, Pecharunt. We still need a Steel. I think this would be... We'd have to have a Tinglu here. And then maybe like a Treads. This looks too Gambit weak though, so that wouldn't work. Oh my god, people keep talking about this Hayden guy. It's starting to irritate. I don't know who... I gotta figure out who this is. Is it just like... Is someone... I'm gonna look this up right now. Because I keep being compared to him, and it's irritating me. Okay. Alright, big YouTuber that just uses cheese, it seems to be. Some cheese, some seems like actual legitimate strategies. But mostly suboptimal sets. I'm guessing probably in mid-ladder. Let me take a look. Oh, it's in-game? Okay, that's... Yeah, I'm not. All right. No. But no, guys, I've been doing this for a long time. Building around unique Pokemon. This is not inspired by any other YouTuber. It's been a thing that's been done by everybody pretty much forever. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I think V2 is the best, so we're just going to develop this and see how it goes. Wish, Protect, Flip Turn. We'll go Terra Ghost in this because we don't have a Zama answer. Actually, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do the regular thing. I do think Fizz Def is what we want here. We may switch to Special later. Actually, no, we don't want to go Rapid Spin on this necessarily. Yeah, no, the whole point, I almost never do cheese on this channel. Like, I will very rarely stream a Pokemon that I know is going to be bad. Clamperl was one of the very few I did. We probably do go HTP on this. Rapid Spin, probably just knock off. Ice Spinner, Headlong Rush. Go Terra, Fairy, I get. Well, let's just go Fire. Fire's pretty good in general. But yeah, no. No, I'm not Hayden. Salt, Cure, SR, Protect, and we do very different things at seemingly very different calibers. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Like playing in game, cheesing people with like funny sets, like I have nothing against that. There's nothing morally wrong with that. It's fun, people like it, it's good content. No hate, but that's not what I do, and I think it's pretty different. Do we want to go water on guard? Because Goldango is kind of annoying. I don't know. We'll keep it as is for now. Tachyon, Psychic Noise, Volt Switch, Psyshock is the best set in my opinion. And we'll go Terra, Fairy on this, seems fine for the Qs. Echoed Voice, that was cheese too. Yeah. Brainfly, thank you. I think that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I do try to find a niche for the feature Pokemon. On very rare occasions, I'll mess around with Pokemon I know suck. Generally, I really try to see if this thing's viable. Usually it fails, sometimes it works, and when it works, it's really cool. And that's not new. I'm not like getting washed or anything. Back when I would, build and I wasn't a YouTuber, most of the ideas I had would fail. That's just kind of how it works. Okay, so let's see. We got Aftermath, Grassy Surge. Cool. I've really got to use the bathroom, so I'm going to click search, and then let me just double check, because I've gotten so many abilities wrong. Chlorophyll Scovillain kind of cooks this team. I mean, sort of, dude, but like, what are you going to do? Yeah, and I do want to go max speed so we can outpace most Zama. Regen. Okay, yeah, everything looks good. We don't have Sturdy Garg this time. Let's try it again. Okay. My bladder is relieved, and I'm ready to game. No, this only had 3 of the same Pokemon as the Dragalge team, so not really. No, it's pretty different. And yeah, there's a reason behind all this, right? We need a Dark Resist for Tusk. Aloe fits well with the Slow Breakers. Crown helps with the Resist. Guard gives us another like semi-Curomancer. And also, what was I going to say? There's something else. Garg is good because it really handles Pult, which this team otherwise hates. So there is actual synergy here. I'm not just like screwing around completely. And honestly, the Lecky Jr. is looking kind of nasty this game. That, if we Terra and we get Grassy Terrain, we are not killing Latios at all. So that's kind of sad. Could we kill it if we had Terra Blast like Fairy? We kind of probably could. Something to keep in mind. We'll keep an eye on this. So if we lead with this, could we? We could lead in one shot a Tinglu, which would be pretty silly. I think I want to lead Rilla. It looks just really good here. Okay, they're going to lead Latios. I feel like this is a crown moment. Okay, Lando comes in. I feel like this is fine. I'm just going to Tachyon here. That's good damage. I'm happy with that. Rilla can now, yeah. And I think we just go Rilla here, because I never foresee you staying in with Landorus and just letting it die here. Yeah. And here, let's Woodhammer. Let's just do that. Because if they go gold, gold's still going to hate taking a Woodhammer. Okay, Balloon. Let's see what kind of damage you're going to take. That did not take a lot. That is very defensive, this gold. For it to take that little. 44, yeah. So we don't have a good shot to kill. But this is defensive, which is good information. That means we can go to Garg. I don't care for the Spadaf drop. That's not great. I'm going to go Mola on this because I think we're about to get hit by a Make It Rain. Yeah, and we can flip turn here. Yeah, I'm a little worried about T-Wave, but I think it'd be Hex if it had T-Wave. Yeah, it's just going to recover. That's fine. We can go Garg here. I'm just going to rock up. I think that's fine. And yeah, next time we come in, I want to Terra Grass Rilla, because that looks totally unresisted this game. And yeah, this Make It Rain from a defensive gold is just not going to do that much. It's actually doing kind of a lot. I did remember to EV this thing, right? Spef, wow, okay. Gold just built diff, I guess. I'm gonna go hard Rilla. Well, we might get... Okay, we got Earthquake, beautiful. I think I just Woodhammer now. Okay, yeah, Terra Poison comes out. Terra used, though, that's good. I'm gonna Woodhammer again, right? Because now that they can't Terra Gold out of Headlong Rush, I feel like we shouldn't have the biggest of issues getting these hazards off the field. Okay, I'm just gonna Salt Cure here. I think we gotta start getting some residual chip on this guy. I'll go Alo here. Yeah, I figured the Daunt may enter. We're just gonna flip turn. We get knocked. We get knocked. There's really no way. There's really no way out of that. Also, we can start putting on pressure with Volt Switch, which I like. I want to go just Tuscan Headlong, this Crawdaunt. So that'll cover the gold too, which I like. No, I didn't want to Terra with Rilla yet. We're definitely going to... We're probably going to Terra Rilla at some point. That's super banded. So I'm going to Headlong here because I think there's a good shot gold comes in. Land, fair enough. Fair enough. Solid play. I'll Headlong again. Easy. No problem. We caught the gold. Knockoff probably kills here. But I'm not willing to risk it. I'm going to Headlong again. Okay, glad we Headlonged again. Next time we bring in Tusk, we're getting hazards off the field, which is beautiful. Latios comes in. I mean, this is what Crown is for, so I'm totally fine to bring in Crown here. Luster Purge, like, fine. Let's run a calc on that, though. That Luster Purge did, like, actually 0. With this going down, I just don't want to let this thing boost up, so let's just Psynoise. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm just going to Terra Fairy now, and I want to make sure we don't lose to Latios. Is my concern. That would be bad. But we've got... Well, we might get Luster Purged. I hate to say this, guys, but I fear we might want to switch into Electrode here for the aftermath and then go Rilla. Please don't hate me, but I think that's the right play. Oh no, are we getting connection issues? This is not good. Okay. Okay. Welcome back, guys. We just got lost to a disconnection. So anyway, we're back now. So yeah, we are now on the tenuous connection of a phone hotspot. So we're going to see how long this lasts. Yeah, we did lose to a connection error. And stream now has an insane delay from that, I believe. But yeah, so here's what happened. I turned that on, we disconnected, got back, see that I lost a while ago, which makes sense. We absolutely would have won here. The play was go into Electrode on this body press. We wanted to keep Iron Crown unterra'd for the Luster Purge, so we would have sacked Electrode here, gone into Rillaboom and clicked Grassy Glide, and then we would have basically just won the game. It would have been super easy. We would have won. Pretty irritating, but it's fine. I'm counting that as a win because we were absolutely dominating this game, and then we just got disconnected. Yeah, the Wi-Fi in my building is absolutely terrible, so... Yeah. Let me just make sure. Yeah, sorry guys, we'll... Yeah, this is rough. We'll get going again eventually, but... Okay, I think we should be good now, so I'm going to search again. HF. All right, we're back now. So, yeah, there's now a huge delay on the stream, so that's super irritating, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about that without restarting. But yeah, Electrode would have been good there. And now we face a team without any immunity to without any immunity to electric. So Electrode is probably going to be pretty good here. Although not really, because everything either has priority or speed booster energy and can outspeed it. So maybe it won't be good at all. Anyway, though, what do we want to lead with? I think it's very likely that we see an Ogre Pawn lead from the opponent. How much is Knockoff doing? It's not killing. There's something to be said for that. It's such a weird team because they don't actually really have a lead. You don't see that too often. I kind of want to leave Mola. Can Mola tank? Well, Tickle Mola, we gotta keep. Let's just lead Crown. Let's just do that. Okay, it's gonna be a. All right, it's gonna be a Bolt lead. That's fine. How much are we taking from a T-Bolt? Taking like 50. I feel like just clicking Psy Shock here is pretty okay. I'm gonna Volt into. Well, we don't need to risk that, do we? T-Bolt into Thunderclap will do it, is the thing. We can maybe go Garg on this. Let's throw off another Psyshock. Actually, that did not do as much as I thought. Oh, we're still dying. I'm gonna go Garg here. This is crazy. I'm watching stream. We're on like a freaking like 10-minute delay. I'm using specs. Okay, we need Garg. Cool. That went well. Let's rock. Let's recover. Okay, we got caught. I'm gonna Salt Cure here. And then we just tacked. I think Rocks is worth losing half our health on Garg, easily. Okay. Well, hold on. Can we not go into our buddy here? No, we can't. We die to a Cudgel. Oh my god. That's pretty pathetic. Not gonna lie. Let's sack Crown, and then we can go into Electrode. And we just Leaf Storm here. We could Chloroblast. Let's Leaf Storm. Health might actually matter later. We have like a 90% chance to kill. Probably like mid-80s when you consider the accuracy as well. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Lecky Jr., little Lecky Jr. doing what it needs to do. Hit the first Leaf Storm. That's pretty good. You don't see that happen every day. Hitting moves. Right? That's good. Okay, now we're in this situation. Let's go Mola. Hopefully not an immediate boost. Heck yeah, that's pretty lucky. Energy Ball. Oh, if they Taro, like, we are dead here. Okay, I was hoping it would not do that, but it did. It did do precisely that. Rather unfortunate. Okay, Rillaboom here. Well, no, we needed that for the D-Knight, didn't we? So that's not good. Do we just lose to this? We can Tact, and then we can Terra Fairy Salt Cure, I think is the only plan. Really weak to Iron Moth. Maybe we do need the Tinglu, after all. Because Raging Bolt and, like, the special spam has been scary. And the gold was scary last game, so maybe we do need the Tinglu. I'm going to Terra Fairy Salt Cure here. Yeah, I knew it. You wouldn't do it again. Nobody has the absolute stones to click Sludge Wave again on a Garg there. Simply not that guy. But we're in serious trouble. I don't think we're winning this game. I think the play here, I think we have to sack Lecky Jr. and then we go into Rilla and just glide. Seems like the only real answer. I'm gonna glide again. Yeah. Oh, that's what I thought. Give me that moth. Thank you very much. Bam. That felt good. That felt great. That felt great. Good reads. I'm gonna go hard tusk now. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'm just gonna headlong. We're gonna Ice Spinner now. Like, fine play, but we just go Rilla and glide now, so. Liquidation is one heck of a play. We're gonna glide. Kind of hate the defense drop, but okay, it didn't end up mattering because they made that play. I think we have to go hard Garg and I think we recover here. Okay, now I'm gonna Salt Cure. I'm gonna Salt Cure again. Okay, I'm gonna attack now. If it has Roost, it has Roost. Like, there's nothing I could have done if it has Roost. Let me think about the smoothest way to end this game. We want Garg. We want Tusk. I think I know the play. Okay, this is great, because now we can U-turn here. And we either die... Yeah, I think we win this scenario. Unless it's Shuckaberry Tusk. I mean, excuse me, Shuckaberry can Gambit. Yep, that's why we U-turn there. That's why we U-turn, so we can position this in. And, yep. Guys, that was a clean game. I'm going to be honest. That was a pretty clean game. That was a clean one. Okay. So I will say, Electrode has been the sack 2 games in a row now, which is not exactly, you know, the fate I envisioned for our little guy. Garg did kind of do its thing there. Maybe we give it another chance. Yeah, I don't know. I think Tinglu still might be the answer, but Garg did do its thing there. But yeah, the Moth, I think, actually, though, here's what I want to do. I do want to go Terra Fire on Iron Crown so we can deal with those pesky Iron Moths. Terra Ghost Garg could actually be good here too. That would help with the Moth also. So that's an option. Okay, we're facing webs, so this will be a good test to see if we've got the sauce. I kind of like just leading with Rilla against these teams because you can just click Woodhammer. Oh, but the Iron Moth is going to actually be our worst nightmare this game, I think. Hold up, could we Terra? No, we can't. That's so sad. Let's lead Rilla. But yeah, I wish I made that Iron Moth change before this got going, because I think we're going to be in some serious... I've got real worries about how this game's going to go. Maybe we want to lead with Garg, actually, and get up rocks to help with the Moth. Because how much are we taking from a Surf with our Garg? We're taking way too much. Dang, dude, this is tough. Because I feel like we're on a one-way path to get smoked by Iron Moth here. Let's lead Rilla. Okay, no, that's what that's what I was hoping would not happen. Let's go Garg and hope this thing is not Terra Grass, is I think the plan. And if it's sub Terra Grass, we lose pretty much on preview. Okay, that's not a good start. Let's protect. Okay, it didn't get... We're going to Salt Cure here. Let me calc Energy Ball quickly, though. Yeah, if it Terra Grass Energy Balls, I think we're dead. Actually, no. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, it didn't Terra Grass, though. Huge. Okay, I think Garg is going to get us out of this. Yo, what was that substitute? That was the worst play I've ever seen. We just go Mola here. Okay, they did catch us with the E-Ball, but still, that was an insane substitute. I have no idea what they were thinking. No idea what they were cooking. And we do have Boots Tusk, so there's a very real chance we can just get the spin-off successfully here, which is obviously, that's good news. Let's go Rilla. We don't want to die to a Surf. They are just going to get up webs, which makes sense. I think we just Woodhammer. Okay, it's just going to drop. That works. That works for me. Let's stay in Woodhammer. Yeah, okay, they did just finish us off with the Pulse. Makes sense, fair enough. We can Headlong here, though. This will kill even if they Terra. Unless they Terra Flying or Bug, then we're smoked, but... Okay, they do just go Gold. Can Lecky Jr. outspeed? Probably not. Let's try it anyway. Shadow Ball indicates, unfortunately, not modest. So I think our Lecky Jr. is just about to go down for nothing. Hold up. This time I want an Ice Spinner. For obvious reasons. Okay. Down it goes, very nice. I'm gonna go Garg, I think, on the Shadow Ball. I'm gonna Tact, and then we're gonna go into Crown. Good. And let's Volt Switch here. Yeah, but yeah, Webs is not the good matchup for Electrode. That's not what you want to see. Okay, good. We break the balloon. Beautiful. It's a dub. How much is Garg taking here? I'm going to Tact again, because I think we actually need to, which is sad, but we do need to. Let's go Mola here. On the make it. Okay, Nasty Ball. See, that's what I was worried about, but there was nothing I could really do to prevent that, if we're being honest. We can sack Crown here. And I'm going to go Lecky Jr. and click T-Bolt. We have to hope we outspeed this thing. which we might. We don't. Okay, we have to go Tusk, and I guess we have to headlong. It probably just Terras and lives, and then we lose, but I don't know what else to do. Yeah, like, I imagine you just Terra here. There's really no reason not to. You Terra, you survive. Even a no defense gold with, like, a neutral Terra survives here, and then you sweep. Yeah, to flying, yeah, that'll do it. Like, I guess we can try. No, we just had to make it rain. Yeah, GG. GG. All right, we got to go Lou. We're having too many issues with these special attackers. I mean, is it kind of irritating that we got hit by like 2 special spam hyper offenses in a row? Oh yeah, that's irritating, but what are you going to do, right? So, okay, leftovers. We'll probably go Terra Fire on this for the Wisp Pult, so we can have like a super solid answer to that. Probably SR, Whirlwind, EQ, Ruination. Or actually, we'll go Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum. And we'll go Special. So this will help with the constant special spam hyper offense we've seemed to be encountering every game, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Okay. HF. Okay. This guy kind of loses to Electrode, sort of. I think I want to lead with it. Let's lead with Lucky Jr. here. Okay, it's just going to be a Hoopa. I think we just Volt Switch into... Okay, that is Assault Vest. Good to know. Yeah, let's just go Mola here. Okay, we just get knocked. T-Bolt here has a chance to do it, so I'm going to go into Rilla on the... Come on, dude. We get paralyzed? That sucks. That super sucks. We can knock this. Fortunately, we get the knock, but yeah, Rillaboom getting paralyzed on that Thunderbolt is pretty terrible. It happens. I'm just going to Ruination here. It's good damage. Okay, we just get... And we miss. Cool. Let's Ruination again. Okay, good. No healing on that either, which is nice to see. Let's Rock. We can Ruination again here. We have Wish and you don't, so I don't really know what my opponent's cooking here with this plan. Let's Stomping Tantrum here to get this to the point where it'll die. Okay, I don't know why they did that there. We could have rocked. We're going to go into Olo. Okay, Banded U-turn makes sense. I'm going to Volt Flip turn. I don't think you... Yeah. Wait, what? That killed? Okay, that's like a really very, very special attack invested Hoopa, like more than normal, so that sucks. Okay, Olo dead. We probably lose now. That sucks, dude. This game has just been tragic. I guess we can go Rilla here, and I don't know. I guess I'm going to U-turn. Yeah, that was either like that was a high roll and a max invested Hoopa on Olo. Like, Olo should not have died to that. Yeah, that just sucks, man. That just really sucks. Okay, we're gonna go into this, and I'm gonna Volt Switch. They bring in Tusk. Yep, makes sense. That is what they would do. Okay, let's Tachyon Cutter. Chipping down that Hoopa's really, I think, our only way to win this game at this point. We've lost our Zama counter, by the way. That was Olo, so it doesn't really matter what we do since we already got screwed over, but, you know. Okay, I'm going to U-turn again here. They stayed in for some reason. You didn't need to take that risk. You were winning this game by a mile anyway, but they said, what if I just really went for it for no reason? That's irritating. Yeah, and now we lose because we don't have an answer to this. Actually, probably could have gone hard Lucky Jr. there, maybe gotten something going. What's our sack here? I think it's Lou. So we're going to go into that. And then we're going to do this, and we're going to Terra Grass Chloroblast. No, for the kill and hope they're not super fast. We do outspeed, we do kill. Okay, Lucky Jr., good stuff. We got something in there. Little funny moment for our boy Lucky Jr. Let's go Tusk on this. Okay, we just get bullet punched. Let's calc on that Zapdos. How much? That was a Rilla knock, hit it early on, right? Rilla knockoff, Banded knockoff did 44. Oh, come on. You're taking away its item too. Okay, so that was not fully defensive. But it would have done more. So it's probably... I'm going to say we outspeed. Okay. Headlong. We can go for Rapid Spin here. Scizor comes in. We go into the Crown. I believe we go into the Crown. Let me double check how many bullet punches we can take. I think we actually don't go into the Crown here. Oh, we do the Aftermath. It's the Aftermath time. Clutch Aftermath there. And we can go for Tachyon here. And I think we Volt Switch now into Tusk. How much is Scizor doing to Crown? Or is it 3-hit KOing? That's the problem, it is. We have to hope we don't get 3-hit KO'd, basically. Okay, that is not a good roll to start off our plan of not getting 3-hit KO'd. Okay, it's doable. Come on. Come on. We deserve this. After the RNG this game, 70%, we did not get it. All right. That sucked. That sucked. I guess we didn't get staticked. So maybe the RNG didn't matter that much, because we didn't get staticked when we hit the Zapdos, which could have happened. Missing the first Ruination on top. No, the main thing was the Allo roll. Getting Allo killed by that Psynoise was just massive. Yeah, that sucked. I don't think we deserved to lose that one. Wish Allo... I mean, you guys saw the Scizor in game. Allo there would have been a total game changer. Okay, this team is... It's time we're facing the accursed Dragapult that we've been fearing running into. I just want to lead with Lou, get up hazards. Okay, I'm just going to click rocks. Let's click Ruination now. Yeah, we got Terrifier Tusk, so this is not the end of the world. I'm going to go Rilla here. It doesn't look that good this game. And Glide does threaten a kill here. I'm going to Glide, because I think, yeah, these guys love to stay in. Ogerpon players think you will never click Glide on them. And I don't know why, but they think it's like a scientific impossibility for some reason. We can now... Well, I don't really want to risk Allo this game, because we kind of need it for the D-Knight. But it's... Honestly, no. We're going to be flip turning so much, we're going to get burned eventually. Might as well make it now. Okay. In comes the Gargonomics. Let's go Tusk. And just knockoff looks really good here. Oh, beautiful, beautiful knockoff. I don't know why our opponent gave us that. That was some kind of play. Let's go Lou. We can Stomping Tantrum here. Okay, we're gonna, yeah, that makes sense. Draco into U-turn, not ideal. Hopefully like a Treads comes in. That'd be good here. Okay, we get Garg with a Stomping Tantrum. That's not too bad. Oh, I should have just clicked Stomping. Okay. All right, we got to get rid of these hazards. Fortunately, that doesn't look like it's going to be that much of an issue. We can just PP stall some recovers first. That seems fine to me. It is Protect, which makes sense. Stomping Tantrum will be double power this turn. No, it won't? What? What a bad move, honestly, that it doesn't work that way. Let's rapid spin. I swear to Garg if you're Terra Ghost. Okay, sack Pult. Good. I'm fine with that. We could Terra Fire here and spin on this. I don't really want to, though. I don't think we need to. Brave Bird is something. Could go Lucky Jr. here. Let's go Lucky Jr. and go for a big Leaf Storm. Come on. Do a ton to this Treads. That did 0. Oh my. Okay, we're going to Leaf Storm again. Yeah, all right. Wow, wow, wow. Whew. Let's attack to... That was not great damage. We can flip turn into the Lecky again. Let's tickle here. And now we can flip turn. Thank you, Bognor, for the £2. Glad I could catch you into the stream. Appreciate it. Let's go Tusk here. I really want to Terra Fire. I'm just worried I'm going to end up losing to the Dragonite if I do that. Let's start with a knock. Let's spin here. Okay, works for me. Spikes are gone. That's a deal I'm happy to take. Didn't even have to Terra. Is great too. Let's flip turn here. We can go Boomer. And I'll double Crown. And we can Tachyon now. We can Psychic Noise, I guess. Okay, we get knocked. That's kind of irritating. And Tachyon again. We need to chip this thing down. Go Mola here. This thing's AV, so... I'll go Tusk as it clicks knockoff, and then we can rapid spin here. I'm clicking knock here. Getting this thing chipped every time it comes in is going to be huge. Okay, no, we're just going to get to kill it right here. That works too. We do get flame bodied. That's fine. That's fine. I think we go Rilla here. If we Terra, how much recoil are we taking? 39%, so we die to the recoil. That's not ideal. Would that put us in a winning position, though? I think so. I think it would. Let's do that. Okay, now we don't die to the recoil. Okay, I'm just going to sack Treads, fine. We go Aloe on this and tickle every time, that's the play. The burn makes this a little fishy. Let's flip turn here. Oh, we flip turn on the guard, beautiful. We can go into this, and I think we just Tachyon here. Okay, going into D-Knight there I think is a huge misplay, and I'm super happy to see it. I believe we can go into our boy Electrode, and that doesn't kill. Electrode, what do I pay you for? What do I pay you for, buddy? Modest T-Bolt can't kill a D-Knight at this point. Good heavens. Well, I guess we go in and Volt Switch. And has a chance to die. That's so sad, dude. Alright, let's Volt Switch. And let's tickle here. Let's see if it's Roost. Doesn't seem to be. think Rilla kills it now, right? Let's wish, and then we can flip turn. Okay, we just flip turn into Rilla here every time. Yep. Okay. There we go. And this dies. Like, you don't live this. There's just no way. Yeah. Good game. All right, 1500, or we made them a 1500s player. They were a 1600s player. Not the, most insane win ever, but it's a win. Can we kill Orlando with Chloroblast? 50% chance. I do like the Lecky lead here. Let's go with it. It's a Meowscarada. It's probably just going to be Scarf, right? U-turn will kill us. Let's go Mola on this. Yeah, there's the U-turn. That damage does indicate Scarf, so okay, good thing we did that. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard Lou. You never, like, you always, okay, I don't know what they were doing there, but let's just rock up. Well, but then there's a Cinderace, so do we want to play this game with hazards or not? Probably not. Let me go Rilla here. They cudgel. I'm going to Terragrass Glide. As I said, they never switch out of these. Yep. Ogerpon dead. Great for Mola. And honestly, Rilla with Terragrass look pretty good this game. These Ogerpon players, man, they never see it coming. They never think anyone's going to show them what's what. This game is going to be a little bit weird. I think Electrode can be mobilized. We absolutely just go Mola here. I don't really know what that play was. And we just tackle, like, this is Scarf, bro. Like, what do you think you're gaming at? Flower Trick? I mean, how does Lecky take this? Like, terribly. Lecky hates taking. That's so funny, dude. How trash can you actually be? How does Crown take it? Not that well either, but I think it's still our best switch in. That's crazy that Lecky's getting two-shot by that freaking grass move, man. All right, well, anyway. Let's Tachyon. I feel like wearing down their Crown is good, because that's going to help our Lecky Jr. break, which can actually break here with Chloroblast and such. I'm going to Tachyon again. Like, I'm down to do this. Oh, that's awesome. We catch the Meow coming in. I'm going to go Mola here. We do not care about getting knocked. We get U-turned. That's fine. Crown comes in. Let's Tect. Meow come. Okay. I'm going to Tect again. You do you. That Flower Trick is going to do a decent chunk. So let's swap. I'm so down to Tachyon again. Like, I'm down to trade health on this. I don't think my opponent realizes that I'm okay with this scenario. I have another special wall. You do not. I have Wish. You do not. I don't. You live my next hit. I do not. That did a ton. Is that Specs? Yeah. Oh, that's Specs. I don't know why I'm tripping. Okay. We'll just Stomping Tantrum here. They hit 3 Focus Blasts in a row, folks. That is unhinged behavior. Can Lecky live Flower Tricks here? It can. Let's go into Lecky Jr. then. Okay, so bad news, it U-turned. Good news, it died because of Aftermath. I think that's an absolute win for our boy. I think we need to wish up the Crown. I wish it wasn't on this, but let's just do it. Okay, we immediately get hurt. That's not good. Let's flip turn here. Okay, at least we don't get hit in confusion. That could have gone worse. Let's volt switch. Yeah, I was gonna say. We can go Mola, we can flip turn here. This is fine. Okay, I don't love that recoil. We maybe could have played that better in retrospect. Let's go back into this. Shadow Ball here has a chance to kill us, but not like a particularly good one. So we could Psychic Noise here. They didn't Terra yet, though. Let's Psy Noise. Okay, they immediately Terra Dark. Not great, but I think we can win with Rillaboom now, so we're probably fine. Let's check that Alo flip turn damage on this to see what set it is. I probably should have done that earlier. Did 8, so this is probably a super fat Petulant, because I believe if it's speedy, that would have done 9. Yeah, so the fact that that did 8, that means we can indeed win with Rillaboom. I do still want to preserve this. Ting Lu is pretty much useless, so I'm going to Volt Switch here into Lu. We can just Ruination. I don't want to set hazards this late in the game. It's not really going to do anything, but we can Ruination for sure. Okay, we get Malignant Chained. It's fine. We can actually maybe swap in Mola here on the recover and then back to Lu. Looks pretty good. He'll get a bit of that regen because Mola still does look really good here, right? Actually, I like back into Mola, and then we can do this again. A little bit of PP stalling action, you know how it is. Okay, we finally got. Let's Ruination here. Cinderace comes in, fine. Let's go Mola. I like Tusk here. That I'm like so fine with that taunt. Let's knock off here. Just get rid of that helmet. Let's go Mola. Okay, we're getting Parting Shot. This is fine. Let's flip turn here. Okay, they're getting up rocks. But like I can just spin. Just to confirm its spread is what I suspect. Yeah, it's a super fat Petulant. Critical hit taking that little. Yep. That's super fat Petulant. Beautiful. Okay. Good to get that confirmed. And we can Wish now, which looks really nice. Yeah, we're winning this end game. We can flip turn here pretty easily. Into Tusk, which is going to be nice and happy and healthy, and we can Rapid Spin. Go into Mola. Flip turn here. Go Iron Crown and Volt Switch. Malignant Chains are not looking so good. Not too many of those left. Let's go Lu here. Don't want to eat a Malignant. Go back into Mola. Let's go back into Lu. Back into Mola. Back into Lu. Is it time to... Let's go Mola and Wish. We can try to heal up Crown. I should have probably healed up Crown instead of Tusk earlier. That was probably a mistake. Okay, unfortunately we get Spidef dropped, which is super annoying there. Because now Malignant Chain has a chance. Well, but that's after Poison. No, Malignant Chain cannot kill here. So we can flip turn into Crown, and then we're so good. Yep. Oh, baby. There we go. Yep. Goes down, and now we just win with Clyde. Okay. Clean. Clean stuff. Electrode did do something that game. It killed a Meowscarada with Aftermath. This looks like another game where Glide is going to be very good. I like Grass in general. I think that's pretty spammable here. I think I want to lead Lucky Jr. I like how we saw nothing but special spam offense when we had Garg, and now we've got nothing but Pulse since we replaced it. It's unfortunate. We're going to Volt Switch here and just go Ting Lu. Seems like the play. All right, Future Sight there is kind of tough, but like we can just rock up and then just not switch out on whatever comes in. Did it happen again? There's no way. Okay, are we... No, I don't think... I think stream came back. Oh, thank God. Yeah. Yeah, we don't switch out here because it's got... Okay, and it missed the Ceaseless, which is rough. That's max HP for you to take that little from Stomping Tantrum. I kind of want to go Rilla and just Woodhammer. But that might not go well for me. Let me just actually Stomping Tantrum. That seems fine. Yeah, I have terrible connection. There's absolutely nothing I can do about that. My building, they're like undergoing maintenance right now to try to make it not suck. So, yeah. I'm okay to let Ting Lu get chipped. I don't think it's defensively vital, this matchup. There's no Raging Bolt, there's no Moth. There's just a Crown, which is not all that threatening. I'm going to Stomping Tantrum. Because Mola here is just so obvious of a switch. Okay, beautiful. I'm happy with that. We probably got lucky with that roll. I'm going to Stomping Tantrum again. Actually, I think the better play is Crown here. Because I don't really want to set T-Spikes. Yeah, that was the right move. Crown. That indicates that this Crown is Assault Vest as well. So let's just do this. I'm down to sit in here and click Tachyon Cutter. I am down to do that. Oh, guys, remember to like the stream. Forgot to say that today. They're going for Focus Blast because they're bad, and they can't hit. Yeah. They finally hit one. Oh, and it was a speed tie. They just kept losing. Pult comes in. I'm just going to click Tachyon Cutter. Like, I actually don't think a lot of Pults can kill me here, because I suspect this will be Hex. Okay, it was not. It was Shadow Ball. That's probably Specs then, right? Let's go into this and click Stomping Tantrum. So it covers the Glamora switch in. At this point, I don't care if stuff gets poisoned. And I think only a Specs Shadow Ball could have killed. No, you didn't need to be Specs there. Okay, wow. All right, bold play, but I guess it worked out, so I can't really hate. Let me Ruinate here. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Clever going into Glamora. I just still don't think it's enough to save you. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I don't really want Mola to get poisoned. We could Wish and then flip turn into Lu. Then Mola does get poisoned, of course, in that scenario. Well, they also probably get up Rocks, which will kill the Ting Lu on entry is the problem, so maybe that's not the play. Let's flip turn. They're gonna Mortal Spin. It is what it is. I think we go Tusk now, and then I think we click Knockoff. Beautiful. Yep, that should be good game. That should be it, surely. We can sack Lou here in case this turns out... Yeah, in case it turns out to be that nonsense. Okay, but what's our actual answer to that? Have we seen this Landorus click an attack? Tinglu lost 29. I don't think that's banded damage. So I'm pretty sure this is a Scarf Landorus. Does Electrode die? I bet it does. It does. That figures. I think we go Mola and we just flip turn on this for a little bit of damage. And then we go Tusk and kill it with an Ice Spinner. Seems good. Okay, they're just going to go Glamora. That's fine. We can go Tusk here. I'm just going to Terrifier Knockoff. Yeah, because now we win with Little Lecky Jr. We'll go for the win with the Lecky. Okay. Lecky was kind of useless there. We are 5-2, though. The record is not bad. If we count the win, the game we absolutely should have won but got DC'd from, which I'm counting. Oh, and actually, that's the end of our time. We went to the end of stream. Okay, let me hit up Lyco on Discord. And we're going to play. We're going to game. Take a quick bathroom break while Lyco gets online. Do this with Electrode. Let's do it. Lyco bringing Sand in a move that should surprise nobody with a brain. I really like Iron Crown here as our main offensive win con. The Sinistcha is a huge issue. Terrifier Lou is nice for that, though. I kind of want to lead Lecky Jr. here. Can threaten a lot. But yeah, this does not look like a great MU. Molt is not good for the Rilla. Sinistcha is not good for the Lecky. This is, yeah, this is not what you want to see. Let's Volt Switch. Chloroblast. We could go for the Chloroblast and just threaten to kill here. How much would that do to a Sinistcha, though? Honestly, let's do it. Well, that's probably a terrible choice, though. Let's just Volt Switch. Yeah, okay, we catch the Tinkaton. We actually do solid damage. That Volt Switch damage indicates max HP, speedy Tinkaton, which makes a ton of sense. That is kind of what they all are. This is weird because I don't know what this thing is. It's like the moves on this Tinkaton are a huge deal here as to how we handle this exactly. I'm gonna go Tusk and I'm gonna click Knockoff. I think is the right move. Because I don't think you're that greedy for rocks that you risk your Tinkaton here. Okay, we catch the mole. Please don't get burned immediately, Tusk. If we get burned, this is really bad. We don't get burned. Thank heavens. That's a big deal. We needed to do that, but if we got burned, it would have been pretty tragic. But yeah, wow. Rilla, Sinister, Mole. This is not a team I wanted to face. Okay, yeah, the delay is getting worse. So we're having some connection issues. I'm going to go Lucky Jr. here. Okay, we get knocked. So we're never going to do damage again. Let's Volt Switch here. Okay, they stay in this time. Let's go Mola. Okay, Mola on the U-turn turned out fine. No, we're not doing viewer battles because it was a disaster. We're doing viewer battles because I, for some reason, agreed to do this for a ladder challenge thing. I'm definitely not doing any more viewer battles for random Discord events. I've learned my lesson, but we're going to do this. Yeah, Electrode just did not do a single thing the whole stream. It's not viable. It was worth a try. I didn't think it would be. It was worth a try. It wasn't. It wasn't viable. I mean, it did like... we got some really bad matchups for it, though, to be honest. I think it could have done something. Lyco taking their time, thinking hard. Either that or we've disconnected. We've disconnected. Dude, what is this? Okay, we're back. We're gonna flip turn here and just hope we don't get burned. It's an Ogerpon switch. Okay, fair enough. We can go Rilla. I get this is just such a bad matchup, dude. I don't think we can really do anything about this. Yeah, we get knocked. Terrible knock. Losing our item is pretty much the end. We can't really, yeah, we're absolutely, I think, screwed now. We needed that band. We can't really break anything. Yeah, I mean, we can still try with Crown, but it's looking horrendously. This I could not really have custom made. Actually, no, that's not true. I could have custom made a worse matchup, but this is pretty darn bad. Okay, we're going to, yeah. I mean, this is just, what am I supposed to do about this? Lose, I guess. That seems to be the only real answer. Yeah, it's just gonna be a U-turn. I mean, yeah, we're screwed. I think we have to Terra Ghost and Tickle, and just that's gonna be our... It's Spike. Cool. Okay, yeah. So probably didn't even have that, so we didn't even need to Terra Ghost. So, cool. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This seems to me about as close to unwinnable as a game gets. We can try. I'm not going to give up. We can still try with Crown. Hazards do look really good here, so once we get up rocks, we can maybe get something going, but this is not going to be a fun one. Okay, at least they U-turn. They don't seem to have Wisp, which is good. Yeah, we can just go Olo on this now. Okay, critical hit there. Good. At least it wasn't on the, I guess it wasn't on the Ivy Cudgel. Another crit, we're just, okay, Ogerpon doing Ogerpon things, saying, I'm going to get every single critical hit here. Finally doesn't get a critical hit, that's nice. Let's go. I don't know why they're clicking Ivy Cudgels. You want to preserve your PP on that. Yeah, we go Tusk here every time. Easiest play of my life. I'm going to knock again for the Sinistra. Yep, it's good. I think we have to go hard Crown on this, and then we can Tachyon. Okay. I don't really understand why Lyco didn't get up full spikes there. That felt like an error. But this is, yeah, potentially doable. No, Lyco's definitely not sniping. They just use sand all the time. I feel like I've seen them use this team before. I guarantee there's no intended counter. Well, I don't guarantee. I think it's very unlikely that this was an intended counter team. It's just rough. It's just rough. But no, I really don't. This definitely wasn't malicious, and I don't even think it was intended to be a counter team. We're gonna wish. If Sinister comes in, we okay, interesting. I think we just go Tusk. How much are we doing to a Sinistra with Ice Spinners and Sand? That's good enough for me. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, I'm Ice Spinnering here, absolutely. Okay, beautiful. How much is Machagacha doing? Not likely to kill. No, we got like the absolute worst roll ever, dude. Oh my god, no. That was such a bad roll. That was like, oh no. Okay, well. Actually, it probably double counted the sand though with the 2-shot. It probably double counted the sand, so that's part of it. We're gonna Ruination here. We got a fortunate miss there. That's good luck. We're gonna try to Ruination this guy. Okay, didn't. All right, that's fine. We can go. Oh, okay. Actually, hold up. We can go Lecky Jr. here. Oh, because it's not a contact move. Aftermath did nothing. Oh my god, what a moment. Let's knock here. That's crazy, dude. All right, we're just gonna get sapped again. We can go Crown at least. Tachyon. Guys, Lyco is not sniping. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, Moltres down. At least that's good for Tusk and such. Can Mola survive hits here? Yes, it can. We can tech tier. We don't get critical hit. That's good. We don't get crit again. That's good. Okay, Sinistra comes in. Makes sense. Hard Lou, I think, is the plan. And I'm going to... Do we have to Whirlwind or can we Ruination? I think we can Ruination. We're going to get Strength Sap here, but we can keep clicking Ruination. Okay, there's the much. That did a lot more than I thought it would. Then we can go into this, and we have to Tachyon. Okay, which does put it into range of our Tusk, but it has Terra as an option. So let's check our Rilla. Not can do it. I just don't know what Terra type it is part of the problem. Let's go Tusk and Headlong. I think if you have Terra, it's absolutely the time to use it. Yep. Gamer. I'm gonna just wish here. Can Tusk swap into anything here? I don't think it can, so we're gonna Tect. Yep, Ice Punch. I did see that one coming. Let's wish. Yeah, Ogre Pawn coming in makes sense there. We can just tickle. Probably need a cudgel here, so let's tect. I'd like to run it out of Ivy cudgels. Yeah. I think Lyco just should have played more aggressively with Sinistra here, was really the issue. Like, they kept, on very obvious Allo protect turns, they kept staying in and burning Ivy cudgels. That could have been Sinistra clicking Shadow Ball much. I mean, this team loses to Sinistra. Like, it just should have been leveraged more aggressively than it was. So let me make a note of that. No, guys, Lyco is not stream sniping. I don't. It's chat is memeing. It's not. No. Super weak to Sinistra. Lyco is not stream sniping. They are a massive supporter, and they would not do such a thing. They simply would not. We're gonna tech here. Okay, T-Tar is gonna come in. Let's protect again. This will do a chunk. I think. How much is Rilla taking? Yeah, I think Tusk is the right play here. It forces the Ogre to die. We'll Rapid Spin just in case, but yeah, I figured Ogre was coming in there. And then with this, Allo is doing that much, and then Rilla is doing that much. I think we just stay in headlong here. And then we go into Allo and we just click. Do we tickle is the question. Yeah, I do think we tickle. Okay, not what we wanted to see, but I think we're okay. We can flip turn here. I believe... do we U-turn here or do we just glide? Oh, I forgot that we don't resist Iron Head anymore. I think we have to glide here. Yeah, I didn't see the T-Tar coming in there on the flip turn. I did not see that coming. Wonder if we should have maybe wished tech. No, I don't think we had enough PP for that. Allo comes in here. That is with sand factored in though. Against the drill, glide is doing 60, and then Allo's flip turn 40. Yeah, I think we have to U-turn here. We have to wish. Okay, there's rock slide. Okay, I'm gonna tect. Okay, sub is really wild. I think I flip turn here and then we go Rilla. Unless it doesn't have SD. I think Rilla's the play either way. As Rapid Spin last. Okay. Yeah, so we should be good here. I do not think this is a good Excadrill set. Let it be known that this does not have my approval. GG. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the mistake there was not leveraging Sinistra. That was definitely the move. Things got scary. That was not an ideal matchup, but yeah. There were so many times Allo was just tecting, and that could have been a sinister double every one of those times. But yeah. Okay. But no, Lyco absolutely is not a stream sniper. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, that definitely was, Lyco was not sniping, but yeah, that was a very bad matchup. But like, it was on me for using the Electrode team. I really could have used a better team, so, you know, I definitely kind of made that hard on myself, but we got the win. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for attending. I don't know how I'm going to time this with the stream delay being what it is, but we're going to try to figure it out. Anyway, so thank you guys a lot for attending, and we'll end it right there. We'll try it. 3, 2, 1.